DJ versus producer. What up, bro? It's your boy Adivo, and like I said, for 2014, I'm bringing you guys a whole bunch more videos. Now, the first topic I want to bring up for 2014 is a little controversial. The reason is a lot of people get touchy about the word DJ. Now, in order to even get into this topic, we have to first define what a DJ is. Now, the proper definition for a DJ is this jockey, first coined in 1941, an announcer of a radio show of popular recorded music, also one who plays recorded music for dancing at a nightclub or party. So by definition, a DJ is a guy who plays music for a group of people, whether it be with a MIDI controller or turntables or whatever. One problem. Now, maybe it's because I'm older, I'm 27. I'm gonna have full transparency with you guys here. When I was coming up, I remember being 13 years old and like watching TRL, watching Carson Daly, and I remember like they had everybody on that show, like everybody who was hot and popular at the time, like NSYNC, Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, Cisco was even, like everybody who was hot at that time was on that show, right? I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was a fan of Britney Spears. I remember seeing her on TRL and I was like, damn, like if I could be there, that would be so awesome. Now, I see a guy behind her, and this guy, his name is DJ Scribble. I remember seeing him like scratch the record and manipulate the music, and he's standing right there, right next to Britney, and I was like, damn, that's so awesome. Like, not only are you standing next to Britney Spears, and that's awesome in itself, but then at the same time, like, he has manipulation of all the songs. How is he making the song do what he wants it to do? He was scratching it and cutting it in and making it his own, and I was like, wow. And at that moment is when I said, dude, if I could become a DJ, that would be so amazing. Like, that's the first thing that even got it in my mind to like, that DJing was a thing. Like, if you love music and you have the chance to manipulate it and make it do what you want it to do or sound the way you want it to sound like, that's an incredible feeling. Now, I respect any DJ that plays music for millions of people and does what he loves and makes money at it. Like, great, more power to you. Now, we have different types of DJs. Now, for example, we have arguably the world's best DJ, which was DJ AM. In my eyes, #1. Can't beat them. Then you have other types of DJs like Deadmau5 or Zed. Basically DJs who play on MIDI controllers and iPads and different things like that. Not traditional turntables. Now, I'm not knocking that because obviously if you have technology, use it to your ability. But I also feel that there's something to be said for the craft and the time of actually using turntables and knowing how to do it. See, the thing with MIDI controllers and touchpads and all these other things is that a 3-year-old could do it. If a 3-year-old has rhythm, he could do it. Now, there's so many differences between that and a turntable. When you're a producer and you create amazing music, of course you want to go play it out and play it for the masses and want people to love what you do. But I believe that a producer and a DJ are two totally different things, and each one has its own place. For example, Jazzy Jeff, great DJ, amazing DJ. Now, I don't know, let's use Tiesto as the second example. So you got Jazzy Jeff and Tiesto, right? Tiesto is a great producer. He knows how to make music that people love, blah, blah, blah. Jazzy Jeff is a great DJ, turntablist, whatever. If you gave Jazzy Jeff the same instruments that you gave Tiesto, he could probably put together the same song. The difference is Tiesto has the creativity to actually make that song, to hear a melody in his head and know how to put it down. The technical part of it, of actually making the song, not that difficult. Where it comes in for producers, it's more creativity. It's more, how can I make this song envelop you? How can I make this an amazing song? How can I make people love this and want to sing this? And you can't really teach that. You can't teach creativity. Like, it's either in you or it's not. You can try and maybe mold it, but essentially it kind of comes to you. In that same token, I can teach Tiesto what a flare is, what a crab is, how to do it. I can teach him the technique of how it's done. But the question is, can his fingers do that? Do his muscles know how to work that way? Does he have the dexterity to do it? That's pretty much the thing about being a turntablist. If you don't have the talent to do it, you can totally mess up. And I think using turntables creates that element of like danger of like, you can mess this up, and because it's such an easy way to fail, because you pull it off, people love you and praise you for it because you're doing something that they physically cannot do. They physically cannot make their fingers move like that. They physically don't know how to manipulate both hands to create a rhythm. And don't get me wrong, I think everything can be taught. But the way I feel, some people have it and some people don't. Like, I can teach you how to paint and you'll understand the technique of how to paint, but doesn't mean you'll be as talented as Picasso. And in that argument of DJ versus producers, producers create great music in a studio and then take that music, which is pretty much done, and then go and play it out. Yes, they play with the up faders and things like that, But as a DJ, you're almost creating that same music, or that, like, a variable of that music right there live by cutting it, scratching it, dropping the bass here and bringing up, you know, this song here so it sounds like a remix live. So you have that. Okay, take this for example. Imagine going to an orchestra and watching them perform one of Beethoven's symphonies. Now imagine for a moment the violin player or the piano player breaks away and he starts just going in on his violin or his keyboard, and you see him creating that music right there live. Like, you see it, it's manifesting in front of you. How much more different would it be if he just showed up with an iPad and was like, and it sounded the same, if not better, because there was no room for error? Would you still give him the same applause? Would you still respect him the same way? Now, I was recently in Paris and I got to see Jay-Z perform live. As a bonus, he brought Timbaland along with him. Timbaland had a keyboard and he showed up on the stage and he started creating music right there live on the spot. Like, he used his mouth and he started beatboxing. And then he started hitting the keys at the same time. So the music was being created right in front of us. That to me was pretty amazing. How different would it have been if Timbaland would have showed up with a CD, popped it in, and just kind of started rapping? It would still be a great show. I'm not saying that no one's not gonna cheer for Timbaland, but it was so much more. If you're an artist, it's so much more when you see them create it and you're just like, wow, I need to be able to do that. Now, I have all respect for producers. It's amazing to me how they could come up with a melody in their head, take a keyboard, replicate it, play it for the masses, and have people just love what they created. That's awesome. What I'm saying is each profession has its lane. The only reason people keep mixing up DJs and producers is because they're so similar. But you would never mix up a painter with a construction worker. Trust me, they're two totally different things. Yes, producers have kind of creeped in and said, oh, well, we're gonna start DJing because they want to play their music out. I understand that. But maybe it should be coined differently. Maybe it should be termed differently. Again, I grew up in a different time. Maybe I'm just outdated. I don't know. Well, yeah, that's my view. That's how I feel. I would love to know how you guys feel. Leave comments below. Tell me your perspective. I want you guys to tell me how you feel. Am I crazy? Do you guys agree? Leave comments down below. Share, subscribe to this channel so you guys can get updates whenever I post new videos. And like I said before, I really can't do without you guys. So share this video on Facebook, Twitter, whatever social media you use. So yeah, thank you guys for your support. Thank you for watching. #DJ Nation. Peace.